And hello everybody, welcome to a new Let's Play series in which we are going to be playing as Japan. I know I said that in my Harappan Let's Play, but of course we decided to start earlier. This time we're not going to start earlier at all, we're just going to jump as Japan. We are going to still do the 3000 BC start because I think it's better because the world's more random. And when the world's more random, it's more fun, it's more interesting to see where things end up. So yeah, we will play as the Japanese. We have the samurai as a heavy swordsman replacement, so that's the medieval swordsman. And the Zabatsu, which is a factory we can get later on. Our unique power is actually quite cool. The power of modernization. After discovering all medieval techs, every tech free other civilizations are willing to trade costs minus 50% research, which is amazing. That's amazing, honestly. So that's really cool that we get sort of a Meiji restoration. And yeah, Japan was very, very quick to modernize, considering they were in a feudal state, you know, around, well, you know, even the 1860s. And then suddenly, hey, look, it's, you know, America. And then massive, massive industrialization occurred. So yeah, so here are our goals. Have an average city culture of 6,000 by 1600 AD without ever losing a city. Now, I don't know what it means by average city culture. If it means like every city, you know, city in our entire country needs to have an average of 6,000, then that's going to be a little bit difficult, but we'll try. This one's cool though. Control or vassalize Korea, Manchuria, China, Indochina, Indonesia, and the Philippines in the 1940, by 1940 AD. So that's a bit insane, which is cool because it fits with the Japanese Empire, and be the first to discover 5 modern technologies. So that's really cool. That's really cool, and we are going to just jump straight in. So Oda is the leader. We're going to play on Monarch, we're going to play on Epic, and yeah, we're going to dive in. It'll probably take a while to get there. So I will, yeah, sort of, I don't know, I guess I will I cut the video? Or, I mean, it shouldn't take too long. Well, you know, 263 turns worth of time. I suppose I could go for a bit of Japanese history on the way. We'll read this out in a bit. But yeah, I've got a bit of like random history here. So basically, Japan as we know it was formed around, well, it wasn't formed not as a stable nation, but early Japanese clans would have come together and had existed and migrated from the main Asian continent over into Japan, probably around, well, 3000 to 1000 BC. But it was actually around 600 BC when Japan claims its first emperor lived. So Jimmu was the first supposed emperor of Japan, and the Japanese royal family can actually trace the heritage, the entire line on the, male line, all the way back to Jimmu. Now, of course, we don't know if Jimmu actually existed. There's very little evidence for his remains, but we can only say that the Japanese definitely root their traditions based on this foundation around, I think it was, mid 600 BC, and apparently he lived to the age of 126, which, not impossible, necessarily. I mean, back then that would have been quite a feat. And the oldest person who's ever lived on Earth was a French lady who lived to 122, although recently there has been a claim that a man who lived to 143 existed in, I think it was Malaysia or Indonesia, which also would be amazing and incredible, but obviously confirmation of these things is really difficult. Yeah. And so, yeah, in 400 to 300 BC, there was an agricultural revolution in Japan, where rice paddies were improved and pastures and terracing was sort of started. So rice spread, and as rice spread, just like wheat in Europe and I guess corn in sort of the Mesoamerican basin, that would have caused a lot of food to grow, and therefore lots of people living, and people with a food surplus usually leads to nobility. And so we can only imagine that that would have been a huge cause for Japan's nobility to rise up and peasantry to exist, and everybody can just do art and form cultural practices. And yeah, and it was around between, 100 and 500 AD when Shinto was forming in its basic elements. Of course, we can only assume that Shinto would have been a lot older. There's a lot of wonders that just got founded, oh my gosh. But yeah, Shintoism itself, the concept, you know, which basically it's all Japanese folklore, like, you know, around animal spirituality and spirits, forests that are haunted, and great mountains, the divine winds, all those great things. I think Jimmu was actually the one who supposedly used, was it him that used the divine wind with the sword, the sacred sword of Japan, to like blow away. I think there was an army on one side, and then there was Jimmu, or it was another character, I can't remember, another hero, and he supposedly he had a sword that he was given from a god, and he used it to summon a divine wind when his enemies were trying to set fire around him and try to, you know, blow the fire towards him to burn him alive, and then he blew the fire back at the enemy, and yeah, the enemy warlord died, and he claimed victory, and later he died because he didn't take his sword into battle. I don't think that was Jimmu. That might have been like Jimmu's ancestor or something. But yeah, so moving on, we get to this point. So yeah, 525 AD. So we could probably read this part out now. It is the year 525 AD. The early Japanese polity centered around the Yamato province is introduced to Buddhism from Korea. This allows the spread of Chinese influences from the Sui and Tang dynasties of China into Japan, followed by a centralization of power into the Empire of Japan. So yeah, so Japan didn't really become any sort of unified for a very long time. The emperor is always the living embodiment of the state, always the sacred god king or god emperor. But he can't do much. He's untouchable. He's meant to be in one place and protected by everyone. You could never insult him, you could never kill him. But so the Japanese emperor is the living embodiment of all of Japanese society, and that's a really strong cultural element in Japan. So yeah, Yamato province united central Japan, and of course Buddhism spreads to Japan. That was around 538 AD actually. So you got it wrong, but I suppose, I mean, it's around the time, and you know, you gotta still make it work. But yeah, this was the time when Japan's politics was starting to centralize in the middle of Japan, where Kyoto is. So that's quite cool. I mean, yeah, we'll talk about a bit more of Japanese history as we go along the way, because I feel like it's better to have a few facts about Japan in the game as we're playing. So yeah, so there's a little bit of background history in Japan. And yeah, very, very sacred place, very, you know, the tradition of this country, and, you know, honor and its vitality is of utmost importance to everyone, even now, even in the modern day. Like, the principles must be upheld, discipline, and, you know, it doesn't mean they don't have a sense of humor, though. It just means that everything has a sense of propriety. Everything you do has to mean something. Every action you take, you know, like, it's for a reason. You don't just decide to take a day off because, hey, you know, like, I'm tired, I just want to do what I want. You know, it's, no, I'm going to be letting down somebody. If I do that, I must, you know, have the sense of propriety towards my workplace or to my colleagues. You know, it's really cool. And it's really quite inspiring. Alright, so here we go. So Korea's already kind of pushed its borders over here, which is a bit annoying. Hello, Korea. But it does make sense, right? Because obviously with Buddhism spreading into Japan, that is what it's representing. So we're going to go ahead and found Kyoto. Q2, which is quite cool. Alright, so apparently we met the Chola first. Cool. We'll get open borders with him anyways, just to, you know, get a bit of stuff going on. Now, science is always great. I never know quite what to do as the first step here in Japan. So I think in this case, we're probably going to want a library first. I mean, we've got tons of resources here. Like, look at all that. It's fantastic. Now, it's a bit annoying that they hold this, but I think that will move in time. And yeah, and I think we'll just go ahead and start founding, you know, all these cities and getting our clans sort of spread across the continent. Why do we want another city? I think we want a lot of cities that are quite spread out. Probably one down here as well, yeah. So Nagasaki is what that would be. We have tea. We have What is this? Do you have a scout? We don't have a scout. And yeah, we've got incense, which is nice. We've got rice. And we can spread Buddhism straight away. But it might actually spread on its own. And I'll just see if I can wait for that to happen. And yeah, we'll move our archers up here. And yeah, we'll actually start getting these workers to start doing things. So we can grab that mine straight away. And then we can also use you guys to go over here and grab us that D. D? Why yes, T. And look, they even look like early warriors, which is pretty cool. We've got some work bows. We've got a Tamil Durrani here, which is a bit odd. Don't know how that got there. And we'll move these guys back into the city here. Yeah, because they can't move out this way. That's alright. And this is meant to be Shikoku. Shikoku Island. And of course Honshu. I guess you couldn't quite get the islands to work in this game, so it's fine. It still looks nice. And yeah, we'll move our archers over here as well. This will probably found Edo, which is a little village for a long time. And yeah, I don't know if I want to spread this straight away. I might skip a turn. And in fact, I'll move him just to this tile here. And then we'll move him back if not. Right, now what do we want for tax? I mean, that's another thing, right? We've got to think about what tax we're going to go for. So city-states. What are our civics right now? So we've got slavery. I suppose it makes sense. Absolutism. Oh, that would be when we centralize. Wouldn't be a bad idea just to grab, you know, absolutism right now. And agrarianism. Yeah, because we are moving all our forces. Now, is Pantheon something we want? We do get unhappiness per non-state religion, but of course we get that anyways. And we could build some classical wonders if none have been, you know, taken. And I do think that agrarianism is going to be a lot stronger for us, because we'll get all these improvements built faster. So yeah, 3 turns of revolution will be fine. I don't know if I want to grab mercenaries. Yeah, we don't want any Ronin. I wouldn't mind vassalage. It would make sense, being Japan, to get vassalage, because, I mean, you know, that's how the system sort of worked. Stability, yeah. If we could get, like, Korea to be our vassal. But I think for now we'll get absolutism anyways. Yeah, and this will work just fine. So yeah, big revolution. But that's fine. And then what do we want for tax? Did we already click the next turn button? We didn't. Good. I'm glad. Yeah, mercenaries are cool, but I don't think they're kind of necessary at the moment. Plus, I don't really want the upkeep. What I really want is vassals and levy armies and stuff like that. So there's feudalism, and we can also build the Himeji Castle, which of course, we're Japan. Of course we want the Himeji Castle. So let's do that. And that'll be just peachy. Good. They moved their borders back. We've already got fish. We're going to start growing very swiftly. We are going to immediately grab this plantation, and we're also going to grab this iron mine. You've moved over to there. We got an extra warrior, which is nice. It looks like China managed to collapse itself, which is just wonderful. Always good when China decides it wants to collapse itself. Now, there is something to be said for this tile here over this tile. Because Kyoto can still grab these crabs, and plus this gives us more stuff to work in the future. So actually, I'm going to settle that tile. And because we're in anarchy right now, it's not going to be too much of an issue. And yeah. Yeah, I'll move this guy back. Cool. So next turn. So yeah, Korea will definitely be one of our targets in this game. Because, and I know it wants this location here. But I don't think I'm going to go for it. Yeah, we'll go for this. So, it still founded Edo. Or Edo. So library. Library and courthouse. What do we want? Just libraries? Lots and lots of libraries. We need culture. So that's a thing. And yeah, we'll send a Buddhist back to Kyoto. And then we'll found Nagasaki. And wow, I like the architecture. That's going quite nicely. And yes, we will continue. So there we go. We've already started building our various clans. No, we are not going to switch to Vikings. We might switch to someone. Ah, there we go. We did get it spread there. Okay, well that's alright. It's a bit awkward. Alright, so here's Nagasaki. So all we had to do was wait, so that's fine. And yeah, now we've come out of revolution. Yep, so our science is really low, so we need libraries. Lots and lots and lots and lots of libraries. And another city up here might be a good idea. Alright, so far so good. And we'll move one of these workboats over here. We might need to go around, buddy. I don't think they're gonna open their borders to us. Yeah, they're definitely not. They're doing fine on their own. Cool. Alright, we'll bring you round here then. And we'll bring the other one around here. Sweet. Alright. Warrior is there. Cool. Now we're growing. And we'll spread Buddhism here. It's good to have. So you finished that. Is that already hooked up? It is. I wouldn't mind getting this pasture here. Do we even have the ability to build a pasture? We don't, do we? No, we should do. Yeah, we should be fine. Alright, so. Yeah, because what gives us our samurai? Is it feudalism? No, but it does give us levy armies and vassalage. And then what we'll want to go up and grab is... Where are the heavy swordsmen? Heavy swordsmen, the samurai. Samurai. Maybe they're in this tech? Maybe. Actually, let's have a look. So, civs. So, the Japanese have samurai, which is founded by civil service, which we've got, and machinery. Really? Oh, maybe we should get machinery instead then, because we're not on track to getting machinery. No, feudalism's still good though, because we'll be able to build the major castle. Machinery. I'm sure machinery's like near the bottom. Where is it? Machinery. Do we already have it? We do. We do. Do we not have civil service? We do. Wait, so is this telling me that we can already get our samurai? Because if we can, then that would be wonderful. Right, you can finish that. And that creates some production for Kyoto, which we definitely need. And you've already finished the plantation. So I guess you could go here. This already has a plantation too, does it? Doesn't. No. So at this stage I am going to just sort of move these guys out and let them do what they sort of want. Oh yeah, we can't get those whales. Oh well. We'll get this village anyways. Bloop. Money! Good. Definitely what we need. And do we need some roads as well? We probably do. So actually, you can focus on building the roads, and then you can go here, and you can start grabbing that pasture. Cool. So yeah, get up the basic infrastructure. Hopefully everything will work out. It's a shame we didn't start with any ships. That would have been quite helpful. And yeah, we'll have some silk. See what's over here. Some islands. I can't remember what those islands are called. Are they called Kyushu? Probably not. Probably thinking of a different set of islands altogether. So he'll build the roads, which will connect all of our cities up. And then these guys will probably also do that. Keep working. Oh, it'd be nice to expand and grab that. Ooh. Alright, we're going to get the library here. No, we're not taking over them. Now we could technically upgrade our samurai. Do we want to do that? Probably. Can't upgrade you to a samurai though. We can upgrade you. And I think that'll be just fine. Islam's been founded. Okay, so we've got some samurai now. Experience from combat. Ooh. What other So they've also got melee attacks. So yeah, we'll want to build up some ships at some point. Oh, I'd love to grab this, man. But we can't. We can grab that, though. And we'll have to watch out for the Wuku pirates. If they come up in this... I don't know if they actually do come up in this game. The Tibetans. Tibetans will be a really tough game, but I could certainly see myself enjoying a game as them. Maybe get the rice up and running. Yeah, so many resources in Japan, though. And for good reason, because obviously there are a ton of resources. Historically, and because it's such a productive region. It is a smaller region to work with, though, and that can be a bit of a problem. Now, I think getting a forge is a good idea. Or a barracks. Forge barracks. Oh, but no, we need science. Oh, here we go. Weaponsmiths have improved the strength and durability of fittings used to make crossbows. This allows for strong attention and improved power. It's kind of funny because we're not really, we aren't, you know, we're not a crossbow wielding civilization. Alright, so we'll bring you down here. And we'll keep building ourselves up. We'll get our culture going. And we'll ensure that, you know, our culture is supreme. Right, so these guys have completed their things. I will need a road, though, because roads in this game are the thing that connects resources. Which you don't think about in Civ 5 or Civ 6. Okay, so what about here? Get the silk? Yeah, I guess we could. Yeah, maybe move to that and just grab the silk there. Alright, so library's about to be finished there. We've got the crabs here. You're still building a farm. You're building me a road and a road. Very good. Keep building things. Hello, there should be peace in our time. Nice to meet you. Yeah, this place does get a bit stinted for growth, I find. Once it can grab this tile and this tile, we'll be able to do more, though. Actually, can you? No, you can't. But you are making us some bank, which we do need. We need money. Gold! We have gold in our capital. Now, we could think about maybe doing something like that. You know, just getting some great people growth. But then again, we're going to grow in 4 turns, so that's probably not a great idea. Right, you move there. And then you can also move there. And then, yeah, both collectively, you can just finish those roads off. Oh, so this isn't even done. Oh, wow. And then we'll have a thing. Oh, hello, China. You've returned. Welcome back. Ha! And he lost his tile. But I don't think we're actually growing a culture here, which is unfortunate. Right, you build the road there, and you can actually go here and start on that farm. You... Do we really need... I don't know if we actually need a road for this one. However, we can grab these fishies. The reason I didn't put them on that tile immediately is just in case any barbarian sort of ships start coming around. Which can also be an issue in this game. Do we want to just grab the copper? Copper? I suppose so. More happiness the better. About to finish that Buddhist Sangwa. Sangwa? It's called a Sangwa. And yet we could probably trade. Should we start a trade with somebody? Doesn't look like it. What about you, China? China! No. Nothing to trade at this time. So yeah, build that farm up. You finish that road off. You keep doing that. And we'll see where we can go. Plays the Moors. New! We might consider switching at some stage, but I don't know. If this goes well enough, then we'll keep playing as Japan. Now we can grab that forge, which will also be helpful because we have some gold. So yeah, let's look at our history charter. So yeah, around 710, so 710 AD, that was around the time when the Nara period started. So that's when Nara was the capital of, well, not Japan, but it was the capital of the Central Japanese Authority, and it's where the emperor lived. So that's quite cool to know. And the Kojiki, which is the oldest Japanese document known to still exist, was written around that time. So that's also quite cool to know. Right, where will I put you? Maybe chuck you on this tile and just start building that up. This guy will finish that plantation. And again, getting that silver. Ah, silver. Yeah, silver's good. So yeah, the Kojiki was founded, and yeah. So Nara, which is, I think it's now just a ruined city, but Nara is just a little bit outside of, well, it's not here, but it'll be around here, outside of Kyoto, near the southern coast. Right, what do we want here? Forge here? Probably. But I definitely think culture. I mean, since that is part of our goal, right? We need to get 9,000 culture. Yikes. That is so much culture. And that's an average. Our average city culture of 9,000. So in total, I guess. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe. Right, we've got 500,000 souls in our empire. I thought Korea would have 500,000 souls. I guess not. Alright, grab the silver. Keep grabbing these tiles. Once we've got all the major resources, then we'll just pull back. Would I like to play as French? Yes. One day. Someday that will happen. Alright, so this just got a huge amount of production too. We can't build any of these, unfortunately, because we don't have any corn. Don't have any corn. Darn. That's a darn shame. And yeah, this city's about to become unhealthy. And it's understandable why, to be honest. And yeah, especially once we get that forge up as well. Yikes. So yeah, maybe I will build a road here. And we'll also build a road. Actually, no, we'll just come down here, build plantation here. And that'll be fine. So yeah, there's a few things we can do to counteract unhealthiness. Ah, no! So I'm trying to get onto my continent. How much culture is here? Oh, it's all Japanese culture here. Yeah. So Korea is Korea and Japan is Japan. So Khmer, wealthiest. I don't think we're very far off from being the wealthiest. I mean, look at how much money we're making. Actually, we're doing well on our science side of things. Now, I wouldn't mind getting a galley and then start pumping out some samurai. Get a barracks. Yeah, get a barracks. Oh, but then again, a harbour. Harbour for growth. Forge for production. So no, we will get production. You're building that. You're about to finish that. Cool. So we've got that. Yeah, unhealthiness in Kyoto. Not very good. But oh well. Not much we can do about it at this stage. It's the decadence of Kyoto that's doing that. Alright. And yeah, we'll need a road so that we can properly connect that up. Spiral minaret has been built. We're still steamrolling towards feudalism, which will prove to be a very nice thing for us. Also, more history. So what else have we got here? The Heian period, or Heian period, where Kamu was the emperor, and he moved the capital to contemporary Kyoto. So this is around the time when that would occur. So 794 is when Kyoto became sort of a de facto, forever capital of not Japan as a whole, but just of that area. And I'm just wondering, can't grab this, can we? No, we can't get a farm there. Should I just build a cottage? Or a workshop? Cottage, workshop, cottage, workshop. How much production is here? There is a bit. It's not a lot though. And we will want to produce a lot more things here. However, this does remove one thing. So let's have a look. What does vassalage do and what does... where is it? Levy armies do. 7 free units, good. That's what we want. And we'll get +2 from fort. Doesn't really help. Yeah, so actually no, I am going to build a town here. Or a cottage, which will become a town in time. It's good that it starts as a cottage and then becomes a hamlet and it becomes a village and then it becomes a town. It's quite fun mechanic. I like how the neighborhood system works in Civ 6 now, to sort of simulate having little towns and little suburbs. Hello there. Open borders for trade. Yes. Let's get some trade going. Alright, so things so far are going pretty decently. And we are working towards a great scientist in Kyoto. Plays the English. Oh, absolutely. Plays the English for the trillionth time. So I think it would be wise to actually build the road up. So we'll get you to get that road all the way up to here. And yeah, unfortunately we'll have to settle a city up here if we want to get those dyes. It is a historic area though, Hokkaido Island. So it's good that that is the case. So yeah, you start doing that. You're grabbing the silk. You're building me a cottage. And you have finished that mine. Cool! So that forge will now be built a lot faster there. We will at least be happy because we've got gold and we've got silver. And forges increase happiness with those resources. So we've got plenty of production here. I'm actually tempted to just start going for a barracks now. How's our food situation in Kyoto? Like, we'll start on it now. Food's good, but eventually we will probably need more. Getting a harbour is also nice. But no, we'll keep that as it is now. So yeah, you'll need to build a road, and you'll need to keep building as well. Cool! Things are going very nice so far. I want to finish that library off here in Nagasaki. That way some culture is coming out, and maybe it can expand and do a bit more business. Right, harbour here. Or market. Market's good. Harbour's great. How much overlap is in this city? Not a lot, actually. You've poured that whole area out to yourself, so well done. No, I think at this stage I want to get some barracks going, and then we can go and invade Korea. You know, whilst they're not that powerful. Which will be very handy for us, indeed. Right, cool. Got some more production towards Edo, or Edo. The Russians have risen up, but we won't be playing as them. Oh man, Nagasaki, you're not doing too well, are you? Can ask it to grow. Maybe what we should do then is actually get you a harbour. Oh jeez. Wow. Yeah, your production's not too good, is it? If only you could expand that. We are going to expand down to those clams, so hopefully that will happen as soon as possible. So he's building that road up here. Is there anything we can do for you? We can build a mine, but that's not going to do much good. Alright, you hit there then. Got barracks here in Edo. And that will also help us with our navies as well. Courthouse. Well, no. I suppose we should start building a small navy. Get some galleys out. Get a single galley. That's what we'll do. So you've built that road. You are building a road still as well. So you can go and help them out. You're heading to here. And I think the best option for this... How much food is there? Ah, there's a bit, but there's not enough. At some stage you are going to stagnate. So yeah, I might actually just get you to grab that. You're fine though. I could put a mine here. I would much rather have a lumber mill though. Yeah, but I will put in a road here as well. Roads are expensive to have in upkeep, so I don't want to go too overboard with it. And I think this is a good place to end the episode, guys. So thank you very much for watching so far. Hope you will enjoy the series as much as I will. And I will catch you next time.